sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And the Redskins scoop it. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go. 180! Drop deep.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Check right. Watch it, watch the pass.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Eagles send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's taken on the 25. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first carry for Daniel Pumphrey. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with 3rd down looming. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Hey, set. 380. 56. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Switch. Switch.
And Brady will sneak it.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Hey, set. Alabama. 380. 53. Mike, 53. Hey, ball 66.
Now this time, Brady will throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Room here to run. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Brady now to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Fletcher Cox in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
No, 66. Hey, over.
Brady. Looking middle, and that's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. He got 29 yards that time.
218, jump. 72.
Now Brady. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, 66.
To throw is Brady. Setting up the screen to Pirine. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Go, go. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Hey, number 28, Mike.
Brady now on 3rd and goal. Buying time to his left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Fletcher Cox has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. And his kick is good. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. On on first down. Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Back. 120. Get ready. Hey, look.
On second down, Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on third and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Go. Sweetie! Bunt. Say.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Here we go.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Running the toss here to Jacobs. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Y'all playing it wrong. Let's go. Great. Check hot route.
On third and long, it's Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points.
But
and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. After this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Brady. Now they go screen. It's complete. He's got a first down and more past the 30. A huge play there on the screen pass. 58 yards. This is something that we know that they like to do, incorporating him out of the backfield into their passing attack.
And it's not just a check down option either. This is a full part of their offense, and they rely on the fact that they can get the ball in his hands.
Now a play fake. Brady. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And down inside the 15 he goes. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Now a carry for Pirine. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got trick this side. I got trick this side. We got 3.
Here's Brady. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
The last completion actually lost a yard, so now they'll need to convert on 3rd down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll rally and stop him short of the 1st down at about the 6. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Wide, get wide. Wait, 28.
Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So out comes the field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Fielded about a yard deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on 1st down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary.
53 is the mic. 53 is the mic. I'm trying to collect. 5'9". Mike, 53. 53.
From the gun, it's Wentz. This is caught by Jackson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Philadelphia picking up the 1st on a gain of 15.
Here we go. First and 10 at the 45-yard line. Watch the run.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Again, it's Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. And now it's third down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Hey, Ford, Tokyo!
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Bravo!
Switch up.
Now Wentz again. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
Hey, Rip 5-2, on here.
Mike.
Move!
Check 55, Mike. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Wentz to throw again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Hey, Haywood!
Here we go. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Redskins going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 29.
Let's go, baby.
Big yardage that time for the Redskins. And even 50 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. He'll drop it off to Pirine, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Three red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. A toss play. Here's Pirine. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, we got tight left. Hey, we got 4.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. 4th down now after a loss of 2. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. On play action, Wentz. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Defense, let's get out the field, defense.
Hey, echo.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. You got nothing.
Shotgun now for Wentz. He'll hit Jackson, complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Wentz now on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack on first down, Wentz, he's going to sling this deep downfield, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, his second touchdown on the season, as they are able to cut into that lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
It's caught by Jackson. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it down with Pumphrey. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
53. I got you. Hey, check 24. Watch 24.
On play action, it's Brady. Eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll bring up 4th down. The Redskins send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Working from the gun, Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's a 1st down and then some, a 32-yard pickup. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. The throw by Wentz, caught by Jackson. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Jackson's got it over the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down.
80 weapons. Hey, kill it. Hey, 4-2, kill it.
Wentz going to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Point after try forthcoming. And he's got him back within a field goal now. It's 16-13. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets 1st downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those 1st downs, keep possession of the football.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another 1st down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively, you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 42-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Play action. Now it's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Brady. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number. We can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 19-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a... Hey, Delta.
Now Wentz. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd.
I got you. I got you.
Hey, 57, 57. Hang in there now. Hang in there now.
Come on.
Back to throw. And Jeffrey's got it. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Let's go. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
They'll look to throw. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
74.
53 is the Mike.
Wentz to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
53 is the
Hey, Alpha.
Check 53. Hey, let's Let's get them rolls.
He'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Jackson. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a third down. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So they'll try to move the ball closer here on third down. A field goal from this spot would be just inside of 60 yards, 59 to be exact. Back to throw. That's complete to Jeffrey. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for the Redskins, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2, and they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down.